So it's been a month since I switched to the Pixel 6a as my main and only phone, and I wanted to share my thoughts about it since I feel that's a good time to really get to know the phone a bit more than just the typical review. Spoiler alert, the Pixel 6a has been mostly great for me. I have encountered the occasional bug here and there, but nothing quite to the extent of the complaints I have heard about the Pixel 6 family. So hey guys, my name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and first let me start with what I love about the Pixel 6a and why I readily switched to it the moment I put my hands on the phone. For me, that was a lot about the combination of compact size, fast performance, and a reasonable price. And I understand that phone makers can put all of the cameras, technologies, and everything in a larger phone, but even the 6.4-inch Pixel 6 felt way too big for me. And the Pixel 6 Pro with its 6.7-inch screen felt downright gigantic. A phone is something I usually carry in my pocket, and if it makes it uncomfortable for me to walk or sit down, well, sorry, but that's a deal breaker. So on the other hand, I feel that some devices can be also too small. For example, I used the Asus Zenfone 9 just before the Pixel here, and it's just a tiny bit narrower, but enough to feel too cramped for typing, while the Pixel 6a with a 6.1-inch screen strikes just the right medium. Now, I might be way too picky about this, but if you feel similarly, drop a comment below. I'd be glad to hear I'm not alone in this. So as for the phone, not once have I felt sorry that the Pixel 6a is made of plastic. Quite the opposite. Now, I'm afraid of using a phone made of glass without the case. It feels too fragile, while with the Pixel 6a I was using it without the case and without worrying too much about it. As you can see, there are a few very tiny scratches, but nothing really major, and it also helps that the phone is quite affordable, so even if I damaged it, I wouldn't feel quite as terrible as when dropping a $1,000 phone. Now for this 1 month I haven't used the camera too much actually, but I have compared it to the competition with the Galaxy A53 and the iPhone SE, and I feel it's a step above both of those. Well, the iPhone might record slightly better video, but the Pixel absolutely shines in low light photos. And now, to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge fan of the colors in Pixel photos during the day. They lack a bit in warmth, and portrait mode was hit or miss, so this is definitely not the perfect camera, I'm not saying this. And I also missed having a zoom lens occasionally, but for this price, for this budget, I feel that this is one of the best cameras around, despite its shortcomings. Okay, you might feel my tone changing a bit, and that is because it's time to share my biggest frustration with the Pixel 6a, and that has got to be the slow charging time. Now, I hate to use my phone while it's charging. It's a pet peeve of mine. Feels like it's you and not just the phone tethered to that stupid cable, but oh boy, have I been using the Pixel while it's charging a lot. So battery life on the Pixel 6a is mostly average, not too great and not too poor either. Average, which I would have no problem with if the phone was charging quickly, but it's not. It takes an eternity to charge, it only supports 18 watts charging speeds, and it takes nearly 2 hours to fully charge. 2 long, excruciating, exhausting hours. And since the battery life usually drops to the low digits at night, when I usually want to use my phone the most, this is exactly when I have to kind of babysit it while it's charging, which is super annoying for me. Now, there are other smaller issues I have with the Pixel. The fingerprint scanner is kind of slow, definitely. Some say that you get used to it, but I really haven't. It still feels like a chore even after a month of using it. A couple of times it failed me while I was trying to pay, which was a bit frustrating of course, but you can always type in your numerical PIN code. It works, just a few misfires here and there. And finally, the lack of a fast refresh rate on the screen is something that I think would bother me a lot, and it is kind of noticeable, but it's after using the phone for 1 month, it's kind of a lesser concern for me. Oh, and that Android 13 update that was supposed to come nearly a week ago still hasn't arrived for some reason on my Pixel 6a. I guess it will come sooner rather than later, and it's funny to complain about that when other Android brands have to wait for months for the very same update. but there you have it. So overall, I've loved the Pixel 6a. Yes, it's not the perfect phone by any means, but it gets the job done in a way that I think is far better than most other budget phones in this price range. And if there was a phone of the year award just for affordable phones, well, the Pixel 6a definitely has got my vote. Would I recommend you buy it? Well, that's for you to decide, but I know it will stay in my drawer as a backup phone, and that's saying enough. So this will do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts. If you own a Pixel 6a or if you consider buying one, drop a like and subscribe to our channel here, PhoneArena, for more mobile tech videos. My name is Vic, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.